Hi there. Before we start today, I just wanted to point out that towards the end of the asana practice, there will be an inversion. Those of you who can might follow me into a half shoulder stand. But again, if there's any reason, if there's any problems with the neck, if you're not strong enough for this, don't feel like you're missing out if you don't do this asana. You can do it supported. So having a large pillow or a couple of pillows underneath the hips to support the weight of the hips might be the way forward for you. You don't want to be doing anything which is unpleasant, unsafe, unnatural for your body. So when we get to that bit of the class, please feel free to stop the recording and maybe just lift your feet onto a chair, because then we are achieving the same inversion without any of the stress or strain. So please don't just do what I'm doing just because you feel you should. You don't need to do that. So making yourself comfortable, getting props or whatever it is you need, even if you just want to move to beside the wall and have your legs up the wall, that will do exactly the same as an inversion without giving your body any cause for complaint. So please be careful when we practice, particularly when we go upside down. Welcome to this week's practice. So today we're going to put what we've learned about the bandha happening naturally as a consequence of the asana and the breath. And we're going to meld that with the breath engine, this fueling the body by receiving the in-breath into the chest and by using the in-breath to create strength from the belly on the exhale. And we're going to put it into the sequence of asana. So we're going to move through standing asana to kneeling asana to supine asana and then into an inversion in that order. And finish the practice with a twist. So without further ado, let's go with the flow of your breath. So let's start by finding samastiti. You don't have to have your feet closer together like mine are. You can have your feet a bit hip width apart. Lengthen the toes. Roll the shoulders back. Gazing onto the horizon. So because we're standing, the eyes are open and we're gazing. And we're connecting with that breath engine. Breathing into the chest on the inhale, welcoming the breath from above. And exhaling from the abdomen, from the belly. Soft micro bend in the knees. No tension anywhere. Ready to go. At this point, we could establish the ujjayi breath, that soft ocean sound in the throat. Next inhale, we're going to lift the arms, gazing upwards between the hands as you inhale. Eyes back to the horizon, hands back beside you as you exhale. Welcoming the breath from above, exhaling from below. Moving when the breath is moving, pausing when the breath is still. Next time you exhale, soften the knees and bring the gaze towards the thighs as you fold, arms wide to the side. Inhale all the way up. Exhaling, Uttanasana. Trying to complete the whole of that movement within the breath. Receiving breath from above and breathing out from the belly. Next time you breathe in, maybe catching your hands, linking the fingertips, turning the palms away if you can. Exhale to the side. Inhale, palms to the ceiling. Exhale to the side. Inhale, palms to the ceiling. palms to the ceiling. Release the arms and fold. Uttanasana. Let's stay. Taking a few breaths here. If you can touch your fingertips or knuckles onto the floor or a block, let the arms rest. Softness in the knees. Breathing into the chest and breathing out from the belly. Next inhale, coming all the way up. And exhaling the arms beside. So striding, so that you're at the front end of your mat. Have space to step behind you. We're going to work with warrior now. So inhaling up to that back arch. Fold to Uttanasana. Breathing out. Soften the knees to get the hands down. Stepping back with the left foot. Making sure those heels stay hip width apart. Soft bend in the front leg. You don't have to reach as far as the floor. You can have blocks or the seat of a chair in front of you. Toes active. Inhaling up. Exhaling, fold. Chin, nose or forehead towards the knee. Receiving breath from above on the inhale, gazing upwards and folding from the belly. Breathing out from the belly as you exhale. Next time you are folded, step forward on the inhale. Get steady on the out breath. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, arms beside the body. Catch up with the breathing. Long heavy toes, light in the heels, soft bend in the knee, gazing ahead. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold to Uttanasana. Soft knees so you can touch the floor. Step back with the right leg. Heels hip width apart. Maybe toes of the back foot slightly turned out. Soft bend in the knee. When you're ready, you can let go of the floor. Inhale all the way up. Fold as you breathe out. Next time we're folded, on the breath in, step forward. Breathing out. Get your balance. Lifting all the way up, breathing in. And breathe out. Back to Samastiti. So gazing on the horizon, lifting the crown, soft bend in the knee. Inhale, arms up. And as you exhale, peel a heel off the floor. So you're on the tiptoes of one leg. Inhale, arms up, heel down. Exhale, transfer the weight onto the other foot, up to the toe. Inhale, heel down, arms up. Exhale, lift the heel of one foot as you bring the arms down. Inhale, heel down, arms up. Gazing straight ahead. If you're steady, next time you bring the arms down, you can lift the foot, maybe reaching behind the thigh or in front of the shin bone. Inhale, foot down, arms up. Exhale, lifting the knee. Inhale, arms up, foot down. Exhale into the balance. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to the balance. So we get that strong exhale here from the belly, using it to lift one foot. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to the balance. And then the next time you have both feet on the floor, bring your hands back beside you and rest. Taking a wide stride. Inhale, arms wide, opening the chest. And as you breathe out, right arm behind the back. Eyes follow the left hand to the outside of the right ankle. Inhale back to neutral. Arms wide, chest open. Left hand behind the back. Right hand to the left foot or ankle. Breathing into the chest and breathing out from the belly. If you wanted a deeper stretch, as you twist, you could keep the leading arm extended and follow it with your eyes all the way up to the ceiling. Breathing out. Inhale back to neutral. Hand towards the ceiling, eyes towards the ceiling as you exhale. Inhale back to neutral. We started on the right, so let's finish with a twist to the left. And then exhale, come all the way down. Gaze between the legs. One hand on each foot or ankle. Chin tucked in. Soft knees. Loosen the neck. Breathing into the chest and breathe out from the belly. One more breath. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, step the feet together, hands beside the body. Again, front end of the mat, so you've got room to step backwards. Starting with our back bend, folding into Uttanasana. And walking away to put the knees on the ground. So we start off on all fours. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale as you fold. Hands shoulder width apart. Knees under the hips. Toes turned away. Inhaling, chest forward, lift the chin, gaze ahead, dipping the back into Asana. Exhale, lift the navel away from the floor, tuck the tail under, chin to chest, into cat stretch. Inhale, Asana. Exhale, Majarasana, cat. Chest forward, breathing in. Back arching, breathing out. Next exhale, we're going to drop the weight backwards into child pose, exhaling. Come forward, lift the toes, rocking onto the knees, inhaling. Exhaling, toes down, lift the hips. Ardha Mukta Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, knees down, weight forward, open the chest. Exhale back to child pose. Inhale, come forward. Rock onto the knees. Exhale, using the strength of that exhale to lift the knees. Don't worry about straight legs and heels down. Inhale. Back to cow pose. Exhale back to child pose. Inhale, forward and upward. Exhale into dog. Inhale, cow. Exhale, child. And next time when you arrive in child pose, take a pause, forehead down. You can support it if it doesn't reach the floor. Turn the hands over. Rest the elbows. Feel that prana flowing from the hands and feet. waiting for that breath to settle. Maybe shorten the arms to have the hands palms down. We're going to lift the hands and the hips into kneeling up on a breath in. So the shorter the arms are, the easier they are to carry. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, reaching forward, long arm child. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. Exhale, breathing out from the belly. Inhale up. Exhale down. Take a breath or two here. Make sure you've got space in front of you. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, reaching the hands to the floor. Eyes looking ahead of you. Inhale, belly down. Take a breath out, move the shoulders back, lightening the weight in the hands. Inhale. Exhale, fold back. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, reaching forward, breathing out. Belly to the floor on the inhale. Exhale to lighten the weight in the hands. Take a breath in here. Exhale as you fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, belly to the floor. Exhale, move the shoulders back. Take a breath in. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, belly to the ground. Exhale, shoulders back. Take a breath in. Exhale, fold. And then relax the arms, elbows down, palms up. Forehead on the floor. resting in child pose. To recover the breath. And from here, bring the front body down to the mat. Hands either side of the chest, shoulders down away from the ears. Bring the feet and toes, or knees and toes together if you can. Press down with the legs, so long heavy legs. Inhale, lift the front body. Exhale, bring your body down. You can keep gazing at the floor as you lift. There's no need to strain the neck. And try not to press too hard with the hands. Coming only as high as the breath lifts you. And resting. Let the heels drop out. Park one hand on top of the other. Turn your face to the side. And from here we can sense the heart beating. We can rest here, gentle stretch in the neck, waiting for the heart and the breath to settle. Relaxing into the floor. When you're ready to work again, forehead to the floor so the chin is tucked in, backs of the hands on the ground beside the hips, feet and legs together. Inhaling, lift the legs. Exhale, brings them down. Inhale, lift the legs. Exhale, brings them down. And again, whenever your legs feel heavy, you can let them rest. You can put your hands under your head. You can turn your face the other way. And rest. Waiting for the heartbeat, the breath. And for the body to settle into the floor. And from here, keep the hands under the forehead so the head is slightly lifted anyway. Bring the toes together. Feel that belly moving downwards into the floor on the inhale, away from the floor on the exhale. Shoulders back away from the ears. Avoid looking forward so you don't strain the neck. Inhale, lift the front body. Exhale, lift the legs. Take a breath in here. Exhale, release. Head down, feet down. Inhale, lift the front body. Exhale, lifting the legs. Take a breath into the chest. Breathe out as you lower the legs and head. Breathe in, front body lifts. Breathe out, legs lifting. Take a breath. And lower. One more time. Front body lifts on the exhale. Lifting the legs on the front body lifts on the inhale. Lift the legs on the exhale. Take a breath. And rest. And then roll over onto your back. And rest. Maybe have something underneath the head to support the neck. Hands on the knees so the arms and legs are above the body. So very relaxing for the spine this, having the weight of the arms and legs above the body. And we wait until the back body and the breath settle. Now, if like me, you're too close to your furniture or you're too close to the bottom end of your mat, move yourself so that your feet are on the mat when they're down on the floor by your sit bones or buttocks, and you've got room to stretch behind you with those hands. And again, if it's uncomfortable for you to have your hands stretched behind you, then you can take your arms wider, soften the elbows. If you've got something under your head, you may wish to remove that now to avoid straining the neck, starting with the hands on the knees. Breathe in, knees move forward, toes come closer to the floor as the hands touch the floor behind you. Exhale, hands to the knees. So we're creating that stretch in the front body by moving the arms up and back as you breathe in, creating that tilt of the pelvis as the knees move forward. So the spine lifts as you breathe in and gently rolls back down towards the floor as you exhale. So avoid taking your toes too close to the ground. You don't want to create any pain or discomfort in that lumbar spine. You can always have something underneath your feet, parked beside the bottom, to limit the movement of the thigh bones. Inhale into the chest. Exhale from the belly. Trying to keep all of that movement within the breath. Spine lifts as the pelvis tilts. Back to neutral as you complete the breath. If you want a deeper stretch, you let the feet come down to the floor, and before you finish the breath in, you press with the knees forward, heels on the ground, lifting the hips into 2-foot support. Exhale, rolling down the spine. When the tailbone hits the ground, you can lift the knees. Knees to hands. Inhaling up and back into 2-foot support. Exhale. Hands to the knees. You've got the whole of the breath in. That chest expanding as you inhale to get all the way up into Dvapadapitam. Try not to dig the heels in, knees moving forward, weight in the toes. Really, but so if you feel light in the hips and strong in the legs, next time your hips are lifted, doesn't matter how high they are lifted, we'll take a few breaths here, gazing towards the navel so you keep the neck long, breathing into the chest and watching the belly rise. Weight into the toes, navel towards the spine as you exhale. Throat is folded, so it's easy to create that soft sighing sound. Try not to let the knees splay out to the side. Keep the thigh bones parallel, weight in the toes. And whenever you're ready, you can roll back, hands on the knees. And rest. So for those of you with any issues with the neck, then you might just want to use a block or a blanket or a bolster to support the hips when they're lifted. For those of you who are ready, who have enough core strength to keep your hips lifted without the support of a bolster, we can go upside down. So hands beside the body. As you're breathing out, lifting the thighs towards the chest. So the hips are lifted. Make sure the weight is even in both arms. You can either put something behind the hips and lower the hips to it, or you can place your hands in the back, thumbs around the waist. Keeping the knees soft. Inhale into the chest. Exhale from the belly. Inhale to the chest. Exhale to the belly. And then when you're ready to come down, you soften. Use your hands to support you. Keep the knees close. You can rest your hips on a bolster, a cushion. Put your feet down in order to remove that support. Lower with caution the tailbone to the floor. Step down once the hips are on the floor. Find comfortable footprints for your feet. Move the arms away from the body, palms up. Lift and repark your head. And having been inverted, even slightly inverted, even if you were using a block or a blanket or a bolster to lift the hips, we're taking a few breaths here just to let the organs reorientate themselves. It's very nourishing for the organs to have the body inverted, but we just wait for gravity to settle. And we just wait for the blood flow, the circulation, and the heartbeat to catch up. And then to relieve any tension in the neck, don't have to move your head the fullest of its, or the full range of movement. Exhale, chin towards one shoulder. Inhale, head to center. Rolling over the back of the skull as you breathe out into that twist. Waiting for the breath in to find that central point of the back of your skull. Moving when the breath is moving. Pausing when the breath is pausing. And then come back to neutral. Some of you might feel comfortable to stretch your legs away and rest with the legs long, but you don't have to. You can leave your knees bent and your footprints on the floor. Feeling that prana flow, feeling the breath flow through you. Feeling that wave of movement. In the spine, and in the belly, and in the chest, just with that natural flow of the breath. So using your arms as an anchor, elbows shoulder height. You can have the arms bent, they don't have to be straightened. Feet by the buttocks. You can lift the hips a little, park the right hip on the ground, and then draw the knees. Again, if the one knee doesn't reach the other knee, you can always use your right hand to help you. Or you could put something between the knees. So you're balanced on your right hip, the left hip is lifted. You could then lift the head and park it looking left. But remember, your left shoulder needs to stay anchored on the floor. So we're finding a comfortable and steady twist. breathe all the way down that left side, back, front, sides. Keep that engine of the breath going, breathing into the chest and out from the belly. And when you're ready, take your time, lift the hips again so your spine is in neutral. Then you can lift the hips, swivel onto the left hip a little. Park your legs where they're comfortable, facing left. Again, something between the thighs perhaps, or left hand on the right thigh. Lift your head, turn your chin to the right and keeping that right shoulder, right arm heavy. Finding a steady, comfortable pose. So you're working with your full breath. Relax your face. Letting go of any tension that may be restricting the breath. And again, gently and slowly when you've had enough, coming back to Shavasana. You might have to lift them, or you will have to lift the hips to repark the spine in a straight line. You can decide whether you want to rest with your feet on the floor or your legs long. Whatever feels comfortable for you. Legs heavy, arms heavy. Weight right in the back of the head. Feeling the sensation of prana as it flows all the way. Soles of the feet, palms of the hands. You can let the ujjayi breath go. and we rest, letting the breath settle. So before we get cold, bending the knees, rolling to the side, peeling yourself off the floor. And finding a comfortable sitting position so that we can breathe together. It really doesn't matter whether you're sitting on the floor or you choose to sit in the chair. Whatever is most comfortable is going to be most effective because you'll be less distracted. So again, like me, you want to be comfortable and you need to be warm. And you need to be vertical. Doesn't matter whether you're leaning on a wall, maybe put something behind the lumbar spine so you don't slouch. But you can use the support of the wall. Closing the eyes now. Generating that ocean sound in the throat. And working with your comfortable breath. So we're going to use those 4 parts of the breath. We're going to use those pauses to change nostrils. So making the Mogi Mudra with your right hand, keeping your right elbow high. You can always support it with the left hand so that you don't have your hand in front of your face. And we're going to breathe in through one nostril and out through the other. And this week we're going to breathe in on the left and out on the right. So we're breathing in a circular fashion, in on the left and out on the right. This is called the Chandra Bhadhana. Chandra being moon, the feminine, the receptive energy. So when you're ready, you can move from breathing breath through both nostrils to breathing in through the left nostril. In the pause, change nostrils and breathe out on the right. In the pause, change nostrils, breathe in on the left. Breathe out through the right. Now, if for any reason there's some blockage in the nostril, if you've got a head cold and you find the flow of the breath through one nostril is uncomfortable, unpleasant, then you may just simply want to take your attention in through the left nostril and out through the right nostril. There's no need to strengthen or lengthen the breath. Pausing and changing nostrils and directing the flow of breath, all your attention in through the left nostril and out on the right. This Chandra Bhadhana, or moon breath if you like, is said to be very calming for the system. Perhaps those of you who are good at visualizing might want to visualize a moon. Those of you who find visualizing difficult, maybe just imagine that you're bathed in moonlight as you do this. So that in however it means to you, you could be with your moon. The length of the breath is not important. The ratio of the breath is not important. We're just shepherding that breath round and round. In on the left and out through the right. And then anytime you choose in the next few breaths, you can relax your arm, come back to vertical, let go of any edit, and return to breathing through both nostrils. Let go of the Ujjayi breath. And allow the body to choose the breath it needs. And then whenever you are ready, once you and the body and the breath are recovered, everything is settled, you can move into your resting position, Shavasana or similar. So again, you might want your feet raised, you might want your feet on a chair, you might want another layer or a blanket, you might want hat and gloves. If you're practicing in the evening and you've got the lights on, you might want something over the eyes to protect your eyes from any bright lights. So whatever you need to minimize distractions, to make yourself as comfortable as you possibly can. And we have this gift that arises from the practice. The breath and the body and the mind having all been working together, focused together. Stay focused. And now maybe the breath and the body and the mind want stillness. And in this stillness, we have this sense of just letting go, releasing, giving in to gravity. Allowing yourself just to be here. And this gift of stillness this is always here. This is always yours. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to strive for it. You don't have to be good enough, fit enough, tall enough, thin enough. We get this moment where we remember that we already have everything that we need. The distractions from the outside world often lead us into thinking that we need in some way to improve ourselves, that we're not good enough. But right here, right now, we remember we have everything we need. We already have that. We are part of nature's beauty. We are perfect. The embodiment of life itself. And this experience of life we share with every other living thing on this beautiful planet. With the furry things, the feathered things, the six-legged, the eight-legged, the no-legged things, We are all an expression of this beautiful gift of life. And we are connected through this prana to every living thing. There is no separation. We are at one with ourselves. We are at one with nature. There's no them and us. All of those divides are learnt. All of those divides are imposed upon us. Here we are. A miracle. Just living and breathing. Receiving, releasing. In harmony. With our breath. And with all of nature. There isn't a right amount of time that you should spend resting. So you are at home, you're in your sanctuary. You don't have to move. And when you do decide to move, come back to life slowly, gently. Try not to disturb that peace. And I'm just going to finish my practice here with our closing mantra. I've changed the words slightly. Well, I haven't. I've used slightly different translation, which I think chimes with me a little more at this present moment in time, when, now more than ever, we need to wake up and realize that we are all in this together. So hands either on the heart or holding something precious in front of the hrid, the heart, the anahata. And from the heart. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all see good for all. May there be perfect peace between us all. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhunaha Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashantu Ma Kaschit Dukbhag Bhavat. And from the bottom of my heart, and from my heart to yours, peace to all living things. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. 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 Namaste.